Hello, as you see from the screen, this is Superseed low percent. Let's see if I can get rid of this display because I want to be able to see. Guess not. Anyway, I'm using my new camera to make this video. It's just a little digital camera. It's not a fancy camera or anything. But as you see, this is my Superseed low percent run in 1431 that I submitted. I have obsoleted this particular run, but I'm going to use this run as my demonstration. I'm going to explain every little thing I know about Superseed low percent running. I expect this video to be pretty long. I don't know, but I do have 2 hours and 42 minutes worth of video I can record on this memory stick, so I think I'm good to go. I will be doing lots of pointing and such like that. So yeah, let's get to this. Like I said, I'm going to be pointing every little thing out. Huge problem areas, specific spawns that can give you troubles, stuff like that. I don't know how long this is going to take, but we'll find out. Right from the start, nothing is really an issue until the first hill. Alright, these two guys right here are guaranteed 100% of the time. They will always spawn. So be ready for them. No matter what, they will spawn. I don't think you can see that well. Hope you guys can, but yeah, these guys will always spawn no matter what. Sometimes there's a spawn right here, and that's why you see my bullet goes straight across. And this guy likes to spawn almost all the time, if not all the time. I don't really remember. But he does spawn quite often. Here you do want to jump so you can go up the hill quicker because you travel slower. Those two spawns up here that came out of the door are guaranteed 100% of the time. And sometimes that guy coming across. Now once you kill this guy, a screen's going to scroll over, you can see the hill a little bit. Almost all the time, it's probably about a 75% chance there'll be a guy that spawns right here to walk straight at you. Not a big deal, but we can deal with it, and there'll be two more guys spawning to follow you from the hole. Everything there's normal. Now this guy spawns about 75–80% of the time, and the two guys on the tower are always there. Alright, now here's the first big problem with running this low percent. Is right here. If you have a guy following you, see how he jumped? If he does not jump, these grenades, you can see one setting, let's get a little bit closer. See it right there. If he does not jump, he will run into you. He won't have that delay. So if you don't jump to kill him, he'll run into you. If you do jump to kill him, you'll jump into the bomb, which is awesome, right? It's a great little scenario. So what you have to do is you have a very small time frame from the time you see him not jump. I don't know exactly what the time frame is, but you have a very, very small time frame to jump and shoot down, and you will just barely miss these bombs while they're coming across. You'll just barely miss them, and you will kill him as long as you're shooting down the entire time. Actually, let's go back, because I've missed something I wanted to point out. Okay, another thing is right here. If a guy spawns right here, if you saw my bloopers video, you'll notice that a lot. I died on these bombs coming up here on this next hill. It's because of this guy that spawns right here. It's that guy's fault. He didn't spawn in this one because that's one of the reasons why I took this run, is because I obviously got to stage 1 alive, and my biggest death cause is because of this stupid guy right here. If he does spawn, he may jump. If he jumps, then you'll be fine, but most of the time he does not jump, and that's what causes you to be screwed. Let's say if that guy does spawn, this is all normal. Let's say that guy was the guy that spawned. If he spawned late, so I don't have to worry about him. You'll notice that I'll ignore him and jump through the bombs normally. If that guy was the guy that spawned before, he'll be about right here-ish, which will really screw with you. And once you get right about there, right about here, you can turn around and shoot him. But you see I have that nice gap, so I want to be able to get one more jump in here and then go up without this guy bothering me. But again, if he was right there, he'd be right about here, and he'd so be ready to kill me. There's a few ways to deal with this. One, turn around and shoot him the safe way, or two, walk up just slightly, just a little bit, on either the first or the second jump, or a little bit on both jumps, and he'll end up walking under you during your jump, and you can kill him. The problem with that is, get right there, right where I land here. If you land anywhere past this particular point, you cannot make the jump through the grenades. So that's the problem with it. If you walk up a little bit too far for all your jumps to get him, you end up too close. You end up landing too close, and you'll die because of the grenades, as you may see many times in my run, or in my bloopers video. So you want to make sure you land within this first half right here of these. As you'll see, then you walk up through and you can jump through. Now let's backtrack just a little bit. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, but these guys didn't bother you. A lot of the times in this particular part, let's back up just a tad bit more. Alright, I think I went. Alright, yeah, right about here, right where I just killed that guy. Sometimes there'll be a line of 3 guys right here. 2 very tightly packed, and then 1 guy a little bit further out. The way to deal with this is to let them get right up onto your ass, all the way up onto you, and jump at the last possible moment. And what you'll do is when you jump, you'll kill them both, and you'll land just before the grenade explosion. And this will allow you to jump again and kill the 3rd guy in line. The first jump will take care of the first 2. Now, the thing about this is, the reason why this works is because your hitbox is smaller than your bullet's hitbox. So your bullet can get the hits in. I'm moving my camera. I'm sorry. I got it propped up weirdly. Well, I'm already 8 minutes into this video and I haven't even made it past the 2nd hill yet. Holy crap. I expect it to be like this quite a bit though. Yeah, so there's got those 3 guys, and that's how you would deal with that. But again, sometimes that guy that I said that spawns back here that can mess up your jumping timing over here, sometimes turning around to shoot him is not a viable option. Reason being is because they'll stack. You'll get 2 guys there, and you can't turn around and shoot quickly. You could, but it wastes more time. So the best choice is to risk it and pretty much die almost every time. So let's move on to the next problem area. This right here. If this guy jumps, he's a dick. No matter what. If any of these guys behind you jump and you cannot kill them before you get to the right about here on the screen, or when you finally scroll to this part of the screen right here, it's the middle of the 3rd section. If you cannot jump and kill them by the 3rd section, you need to turn around and shoot him. If you don't, it will ruin your patch and the next little area. See those little lines? 1, 2, 3. You want to kill him before you're right about where the screen ends there. Back to this. Yeah, it's not. Can't really see the great detail in the lines. Let's go. Because of that, I'm going to go back. All right, right here. This is the third jump between the lines. You want to land from here to here. You cannot land any further after that, otherwise you will die. Like I said before, I didn't realize you couldn't see that, so I'm gonna hold the camera. I'm not gonna have it propped up anymore. So let's zoom out a little bit. Basically, I'm just moving the camera back. Let's go a little bit. Now, here's the reason you need to do this. This guy has to die when you're going through this right now. He needs to die. If you do not kill him, he'll shoot at a shitty angle for you. It'll come straight down here and it'll screw up your jump to go further, and you will die every time. If you don't die, you're amazing, because I haven't figured out how to not die through that. I'm going to see me shooting a little early. Alright, you notice that one bullet that goes high. That is intentional. That is because I want this guy to die as soon as he comes on screen. That way he only shoots one bullet instead of 2 bullets. As you see, he shoots 1 bullet. If he shoots 2 bullets, you have another bullet right here, and what you have to do is you have to time your jump over the second bullet rather than the first bullet. It saves a little bit of time, very little bit of time. And here's the part where if you don't kill this guy in time, or if they jump, it's why they're buttheads. Because the time it takes to kill that, you need all the time to kill that for the bullet to come down. The bullet, when you finally jump, it'll be right about here, and given you don't have any guys bugging you here, when you jump over it, you'll barely miss it, and it'll be right about the last few frames this is alive, so you'll be able to pass through it immediately. Another thing, while you're trying to kill this thing, shooting an extra bullet here, besides the number that actually kills it, you'll end up hitting this spread gun pod up here, which will land in a god-awful spot. As you probably seen from my blooper videos, I picked it up quite a few times because of that stupid spread gun. But that's why, because I shot one too many times. If you shoot all 4 bullets, you can't turn around and shoot this guy. So you really got to have that feel. You really got to know what you're doing here. See right there, I just barely passed it. I improved this from my last run. From my last one, I jump at it and shoot down towards it, and that's all timing. You need to jump at it so that you'll jump over that bullet and you'll be able to hit it enough, but you want to be close enough that your attack or your bullets will come down and actually hit it that way. But you want to be far enough away so that when you land, you can clear it. You can pretty much jump over it. This guy is irrelevant. He doesn't really matter, so long as he does not jump like that. Because he did, I had to turn around. Alright, now we're going to go back a little bit. Alright, going back to this spot again. This particular hill is very special. Alright, in the weapons run, where this turret was, is your starting point. The problem with a low percent run is he's not gone by the time you get there, so you don't have a good starting jump spot to get underneath these turrets that are up here. You don't have enough, you don't have a good, because you want to jump, you'll land here, you jump from here, you'll land here, and then you just continuously jump, and you'll make it under the turret, under it with slowing least amount of time. The problem with that is like I said, that turret's still there, so you end up landing right about here, so that screws up the entire jump pattern. So the way I found to fix that is to walk a little bit. Let the grenades get right about, let the grenades get just to the top of the screen. That's my visual cue for this. They get just about to the top of the screen, and that's when I jump again. Because they're at the top of the screen, they'll hang, because they're part of the screen now, they're not part of the background. And what this will do is when you jump, it'll scroll the screen up. And when it scrolls the screen up, the grenades will go up with it, giving you more time, making the arc come down a little bit further, or a little bit later. And thus being able to, as you see right there, just pixels, be able to make it through that. Which is precisely what we want. We want to just barely be able to get under it. And that's why you gotta walk, you can't do that. Like I said, that guy did not jump, or he did jump, sorry, so you ended up having to turn around and shoot him. Also, that second guy over here was a pain in the butt too, because he spawned in the first place. This, again, in my new run, I jump and shoot down at him again, and it's different, it's completely different timing. The last one, the first turret, comes out earlier. This one comes out later, so the timing is completely different. But as you see, this will end up being the same. These guys always spawn, no problem. He will always shoot at you, and he'll have these two little bullets right here. They're going to come up in this angle. Thing is, you have to be able to jump over them, just like that. In my new route, they're much quicker. As you just saw me come down and jump over like this. Shoot down at that angle, at a down left angle, because guys will spawn here, and when you're in mid-air like that, the bullets go straight over their head, and they will kill you. They're very, very good about that. So you need to be careful. Here, what you're going to want to do, I shoot that last bullet just before, I shoot along with the music actually. You'll hear it dun dun dun. If you actually watch the video, you can hear it. It goes along with the music. It hits with the beat. So what it'll do is it'll go to the edge of the screen at that particular time, thus giving me all 4 of my bullets available on screen again. And that will allow me to have all 4 bullets for the turret as soon as it comes out. And it'll also take care of any stupid spawns. I'm starting to shoot already. As you probably see, the bullet coming out of my gun makes my gun look really big. And he's not out yet, but he's ready to be out. So as soon as my bullets get there, I'm hitting him. This guy spawning is a pain in the butt. You don't want him to, but whatever. A good kill on this. Let's see if I can. Alright, you see where these bullets are landing? That is an amazing kill. Given he dies when your bullets are landing on that core right there. But when it lands right in the middle, that's an average kill. If it lands just hanging off the edge, that's an kill. We want better, but we'll go with it, right? It's one of those things. The biggest no-no is the nose. If that nose gets off the screen at all, instant reset every single time. Do not accept a kill where that nose gets off the screen. That's a big no-no. And as you see, I barely got that myself. If the nose gets off the screen, reset every time. You're behind. You're way behind. Alright, this part came to controversy. When the screen scrolls, do you jump with it? Does it matter? Does it save time? No, it does not matter, because after you jump, you will stand there and wait like a doofus until you're at this particular position on the screen, and then you'll start walking. So it does not matter. It truly does not matter. Alright. Stage 2. Normal start out. Alright, right here. Sometimes you get a guy that spawns right here and likes to walk across. Just keep shooting, he'll walk into the bullet because your bullet's hitboxes are huge, like I said. And your enemy's hitboxes are huge, whereas an enemy running into you, it's small versus small. And a bullet hitting an enemy, for whatever reason, they have different size hitboxes. And you want to make sure when you're coming up here, you are hugging this corner, you're hugging this wall perfectly tight. If you leave any type of gap at all right here between you and this wall, he'll shoot his second bullet wide. Up here, let's come up here. He'll shoot his second bullet wide. His first bullet will come down straight, and his second bullet will come a little wide because you're over that little bit. So it really matters when you do that. The old run or the current run, and in my weapons run, I come up and I come right and then up to finish this. I change this in my no weapons run, and as you'll see, I abuse the hitbox. It hits my feet. You can cut this a little bit closer than what I did, but you can just up and walk around it. And when you come around this corner, you won't hit it at all. Alright, right here, as you noticed, how when the time I turn to take the left, the reason I choose this time to go up and left instead of going up and then cutting in to shoot, when you cut in to shoot like that, you don't have enough time to kill him. Whereas when you come up like that, the screen starts to scroll automatically. So me cutting up to the left, I don't technically lose any speed. I don't lose any time because the screen is scrolling up for me, so that gives me time to make my move. Make my move to the center of the screen so I can kill this guy efficiently. Once he shoots, he's going to shoot 1, 2, and 3 bullets. And then this bullet is going to come straight down the middle, as long as you're in a good position and make him aiming down like that. if you're coming up at an angle like that, he'll shoot down at you. This guy's a douche just for being there. He shouldn't have spawned. That's bad luck. But what this is going to do is after he shoots and you clear that bullet that's coming across, you cave in. Save yourself a few frames. As you saw, I just barely missed it. Alright, what you want to do is I'm positioning myself right in the middle. I could be a little bit further to the left on this particular line, and what it'll do, it'll allow me to hit just the corner, oops, sorry, I'll hit just the corner of this particular tank. And you want to hit just the corner, you don't want to give any more, because that's frames to be skipping. See, as you see, I have plenty of room. I have probably a bullet and a half's worth of width right here. If you see the bullet exploding on that right there, right in the middle of the screen, I have about a bullet and a half width over, so I could be over some more. But anyway, you want to be close to it. The closer you are, oops, just missed it. Alright, now we're going back up. Alright. Now what I'm doing is I'm check out these bullets. See how they come out in that angle? Come on. Alright, there you go. You saw it just barely skim by me. That's the position you want. You want that position. You barely skim by you. If you're further over, you need to be a little bit further down. But when you're further over, see, you can only have 4 bullets on the screen, and you cannot shoot 4 bullets within that time frame in real time. In TASing, sure, yeah, you can. But in this, you can't. You can only probably have about 2, maybe 3. I'm pretty sure 3. You won't never get your 4. So when you're further over and you get those shots in, it's only a matter of time that you take the shoot. As soon as you hit the last shot off, you kind of got to have a feel for it. There's no way you're going to know. I know I pulled that in the marathon, but it's more of I have a feel for it. Like, I just kind of know the time span. I know how fast I'm shooting. I just have a feel for it. That's how I know. I know, but it was very entertaining for the marathon. But I admit, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really keep count. I just kind of know the feel of it. And as soon as you kill them, you want to get 2 angled shots in, not 3. 1, 2. Alright, I was able to skim a little bit off because I felt like I killed this guy quick enough. If you get too many of those little angle shots in, what this guy will do, he'll be angled this way. He'll be at a diagonal here, and when he shoots his bullet, it'll come straight down at you though. The problem is when he's angled, his barrel of his gun's right here. So you have this bullet, and then a bullet right down the middle between the two, and that's an instant death. So that's the problem. I recently changed this strategy for my current run that I submitted, but we'll go over this one. This is actually the one I like better, but it's not more efficient. It just kind of looks cooler. This one is much safer, giving you get the perfect position, which I did in this particular run. The other one is highly prone to spawn kills. What I mean is lots of enemies can spawn and they will rape you. So let's move on a little bit more. See, I'm just coming up the middle. In my new run, I'm not going to explain what I do in my new run. Well, I come up the side right here. Instead of the middle, I come up slightly to the side. It changes some of the AI direction shots, but we'll get into that in a moment. But I'm still about the same height. The biggest problem would be something like this. But as you see, I can just walk by them. See how they cut in like that? What ends up happening is I can't turn to shoot them. What it is, like, they'll come in, let's say this is me, alright? And I can only shoot up and at this angle. They'll come in at this stupid little angle and then just run right into me. And I can't do anything about it until like the last possible second. But the problem with it being the last possible second is you can easily screw up. You want to have that little bit of cushion, but they don't give you that cushion because of how they spawn. I'm going to take a quick drink here. Okay. Yeah, you can see my desk is a mess. I don't know how well you got a pic of that, but whatever. Alright. Alrighty. Where are we at? Alright, we're here. Alright, when you come up this, you want to come up a little bit close to this corner. you don't want to be too far down. If you're too far down, this guy will shoot you. If you're too when you cut it high like that, this guy will just barely miss you, as you'll see right here. All right. Now, if you're too high on the screen, what I mean by screen position, like you get too high up before when the tanks start, when the tanks allow you to scroll up. If you're too high on the screen, this guy will shoot directly left, and it'll cut you off. So you either have to do one of two things: stop or die. Take your pick. There'll be a red guy that spawned right here. I believe I just killed him. Let me rewind a bit. I don't know if I killed him. No, there he is. Alright, this guy. You'll notice I don't hug this corner. Reason being is this guy. This guy, if you hug that corner, will shoot diagonally at you, and he will kill you every single time. If you don't hug that corner, you're in that perfect position where he'll shoot down. That's why I don't hug this corner. Come up. I use this, hitting this blimp, as my timing. I hit that blimp, I cut in a little bit. And what this will do is it'll cause him to shoot straight down. And that's exactly what I want. I don't want him shooting over to the left. I want him shooting straight down. That way when I clear those bullets, I can cut in. That way I don't get caught in this corner. Then it's pretty much standard here. I hope that spawns don't mess with me. Okay, stop short. Once you're able to start hitting this door, you want to get about this distance from it, just a block and a half away-ish. Because what's going to happen when you come up to this spot, the screen's going to start scrolling automatically up to it's going to start scrolling automatically up to a specific point. Once it gets to that point, as you move up, the screen will move up. So this is your last chance to move up into a position so you're high enough on the screen. Problem with that is, if you move too high, these guys will shoot at an angle and kill you. So you have to make sure you're already high enough on the screen. So this is very crucial. They'll shoot up at this angle and they'll just pin you, and you can't do anything about it. So as soon as you get the door start exploding, you got to cut into this corner ASAP, immediately. You cannot give this any time. As soon as you're at that corner, no, go away, Yahoo. Go away, Yahoo. No one likes you. Okay. As soon as you cut this corner, move stuff. As soon as you cut this corner up, you'll hit it right about there. You need to cut the corner. Right now, right about when you hit this spot right here, is when the screen's going to automatically start scrolling up. That's your time to cut in. You need to get in over it, and you need to cut this as close as possible. If you cut it too close, you get caught on the edge. You do not want to get caught on the edge. You want to get up just a little bit. Oh, stop doing that. Go away. And what you'll do, I can cut this a little bit closer than what I am. Right there. As you see, you can actually get a lot closer. You can make it so you're touching pretty much without dying when it opens up and spawns. But your goal is, there's going to be a guy here that's going to spawn. You need to be just above him so you'll miss him and you'll hit the guy in the middle. Let's see if I can get it. Alright. See, there's a bullet right there, right in the middle of the screen, just above that guy's left shoulder. Right there. I'm trying to describe it because it's kind of hard to see because of the color blending. But I'm just barely missing him. You can actually cut that a little bit closer. It can be just barely going over his head. But anyway, you do that, and you know, as you'll see me move closer. And I'll only move close to a point. I'll line myself up right into the middle of this block. That's where I'm going to stop, right there. Now, I don't know if I can do this. Well, I'm going to... See, that's where I'm going to stop. As you saw, I got the kill. Now, if you're shooting slowly, right here, you see that bullet coming in. If you are shooting slowly and you don't have the hand speed to do this, there is an alternate way. You can use the same technique, coming up in him. When that bullet comes at you right about here, cut up and then attack. Go directly at him and shoot. What you'll do is he's going to move down. If you do it quickly, your first 2 bullets will miss. 1 or 2 bullets will miss. but he'll come back up to match your elevation. And when he does, that's your free reign on him, and you have all day long to shoot him, and you're not going to die. You can do that mashing, I don't know, probably 10 times a second, which is 10 to 12 times a second. You can still use this strategy, so it's not that bad. So go ahead, have at it. But as you see, if you have the hand speed, the bullet will die just before it gets to you, so you can be, I'm ballsy, I'm not going to move. Alright, moving on to stage 3, taking a drink. Stage 3. There are some guaranteed spawns here. This guy, all the guys in the woods. You saw this guy that, whoops, wow, I probably wasn't even getting. All these guys that pop out of the woods are all guaranteed spawns. They will 100% all the time spawn. Now, something to remember, this guy that spawns and pops out of the woods, a lot of the times there's an extra guy that spawns with them. And what ends up happening is if you shoot one bullet, that bullet will kill the guy that spawned on the side of the screen and not the guy hiding in the woods. And if you don't kill that guy hiding in the woods, after you pass him, he'll shoot another bullet and it screws up all the timing. So you need to make sure he dies along with this guy. After you kill him, shoot him. Make sure he dies. You won't have any issues. Okay, here's the timing. Timing for these jumps right here. This turret pops up. You make your first jump. Because of when you jump, this guy will shoot high, and you won't have to worry about it. Problem with this technique, that is optimal. This blimp right here. Let me go back just a little bit. That blimp right there at this particular time, a guy could be spawning right here and be like, you have to jump and shoot him. So you have to barely beat it. The problem with this is it's very precise with it. Reason being is because you fall faster than your bullets travel. So let's say your bullets move at 5 miles an hour, you fall at 7 miles an hour. Holy crap, that sucks. That's just stupid numbers, but it's a way to put, but still, you fall faster. But again, your bullet has a bigger hitbox. So if you jump at him, let's say your body is right here, like right at the bottom of my finger of the screen. I'm looking at the camera's view right here. If you're right here on the screen and you shoot, you will kill him and you will not die because your bullet comes down at the bottom portion of you and it will hit him in the head first, thus killing him and you will not take any damage. So that is something to keep an eye on. This guy is 100% spawn. I normally shoot up at him. Alright, this is typical, blah blah blah, go, lots of spawns, that's annoying. You see this blimp come by, get rid of everyone. Do not let them follow you past this blimp. Once this blimp spawns, everything on the screen must be dead. Alright, that red guy is a big douche. That's all I can say. This guy that shot that bullet, he's a douche. Now if you have the hand speed, and you didn't have that jump, you didn't have to make that jump from that bullet that went across here, you can sit here and shoot him until he is dead. And as soon as he is dead, you can make the jump over, and like the turrets in the first stage, you'll come down just before he blows up. I do this in my current run that I submitted. My new one that I just submitted. Excuse me. So that's awesome. So I got that, and it looks really cool. If you kill him when he shoots the second batch, you won't see his exploding animation, so you'll have to guesstimate it because of too many sprites on the screen, because it has to account for all these little bullets that are even off screen because they're going to be coming right back down. If there are any of those on the screen, you will not see the death animation of this cannon. You just won't see it at all. If you don't have the hand speed, go straight up to him, right where I'm at. Get right up on him. There'll be a laser blimp that comes through. There's that laser blimp that comes through. Look where I'm at. I'm right in its grill. Once you see that, shoot up 4 bullets. It takes 2 bullets to kill each of these. There's going to be 2 back to back. 1, 2. And as you saw, I blew up that. That was just cool. Let's just go back and look at it real quick. This happens to be just a stupid little glitch that's hilarious, I think. Alright, if you saw that, what ended up happening was I blew up the bomb, or the mortar, whatever these things are, and in doing so, the blimp came in, and it was inside the explosion when my last bullet hit, when my bullet hit it. And because that happened, it didn't spawn the thing, the weapon upgrade. Cool for me, I like that. It happens all the time though. And then there's the free kill. You see him, you jump. That'll make that guy shoot high, and you don't have to worry about it. These guys are guaranteed spawns. Guaranteed, 100% of the time. This is where timing comes in. You see, they're stacked. I don't know how you can see 1, 2, 3. You can see extra feet in there. I think you should. There should be extra feet in there. I don't know if you can make it out in there, but trust me, there's double stack. There's 2 guys in the front, 1 guy in the back. 100% of the time, there will be 1 guy here and 1 guy here. Sometimes this guy. I think he's always there. But that extra guy there, he's a pain in the butt. He was a random spawn that spawned perfectly in sync with this guy. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have to adjust all of my jumps. Well, I'm actually not going to have to adjust anything at all, because this section, this first body of water is 100% foolproof. It always works out the same exact way. Okay? You jump into the water. Okay? You jump into the water. As soon as you land, you jump. When you jump, shoot him. Get rid of him. Take 2 shots to go horizontal. The rest of them go down. That'll clear everything out. And you constantly jump, as you saw. Now I'm going to rewind that so you can see it again. Alright, there it is. We had the 1 to land here. 2 to land here. Let's zoom out. The 3rd jump, you're going to shoot the next guy that pops out of the door. There it is. Remember, shoot 2 per jump. At your peak of your jump, you shoot 2 bullets. The first or the second one will hit. It doesn't matter. These top guys, ignore them. They're not going to do anything to you because they're just going to shoot right over your head. No worries. But these bottom guys, especially if you have a guy like right here or something, it's going to mess up your thing. So if you have to jump and you end up getting stuck on this ledge later on, if you end up, like, you have a guy right here and you need to jump and you're not going to make it, whoops, zoom out. You have a guy like sitting right here and you need to jump so you don't die so you can shoot down and kill him. But the problem with that is you're going to land on that and then the next guy behind you is going to get you. Holy crap, that sucks. That's bad luck. That's a reset. You can't do anything about it. If you can do something about it, I don't know about it. Alright? This guy up in the tree, you don't need to kill him. I kill him for fun though. But yeah, those bullets aren't going to bother you at all. Now, when these guys start coming out, these guys will start coming out as well. They're going to come out from both sides. Now, if you're lucky, you won't get any random spawns down here. I got 1. Big whoop. Sometimes some spawn from down here in this corner. What you do is just ignore them. And as you see, we have the 1 guy here. Alright, you can see they're getting glitchy because there's so many. You'll have the 2 guys that spawned here. But there's actually, I think, 5 or 6 guys in this little group right here because I got bad spawns. Always get rid of this guy up in the trees. I already killed him. After that, you'll have this guy. He will not shoot at you. Be ballsy. He will not shoot at you whatsoever. I promise you, as long as you keep moving forward, he will not keep shooting you. He only takes 5 bullets to kill him. Shoot a few at him. Take care of the guy that's sitting behind you. As I'm doing. Okay? Make sure you kill him. Make sure you kill him before you get out of the water. Send 1 bullet, or while you're getting out of the water, send a bullet up to him. You gotta get rid of him. Now this way. Here we go. Here's a very bad part. This is the lagalicious part of this run. Or lagalicious part of this stage. I'm gonna put my wrist strap on so I don't throw this thing. Alright. Now you saw all these extra guys spawn down here. Okay? Now you can really see how many guys are right there There's just so many piled on top of each other, and then you got all these guys. You want to make sure you make that jump. That'll make this guy up here shoot high. When he shoots high, look where the bolts are going to go way over your head. And by the time you're under him, you'll be able to jump again and not have to worry about it. You want to time your bullets to either kill him and kill these guys jumping out of the air immediately as soon as they come out, or you'll cause lag. You see, let's go back a little bit. I'll get my hand out of there. Come on. Alright, we're back at this part. Here's my jump. Okay. Now you have all these extra guys. You're guaranteed to get lag in here because you had those extra spawns. These guys always spawn because they come out of... All the guys that come out of the trees are guaranteed spawns. These guys, these extra spawns down here is what's causing the lag. And because they're causing the lag, I can't shoot. I shoot, my bullet on the screen will cause that lag. So as you see, I wait for them to get right in my face. Still haven't shot him. There it is. There it is. And now I'm free to go. These guys up here will spawn. I just deal with them. Then from there, it's just easy, smooth sailing. Alright. Now, this technique requires finger speed. Move a little bit off the edge. After you, alright, let's go back to it. This definitely requires shooting speed to pull this off. Alright, he is not taking damage right now. This Mecha Spider does not take damage until he fires. He does not take any damage until he shoots. As you see, I'm not on the edge. I scoot off just a little bit. That allows me to not have to duck. The bullet will come just over my head, and I will be able to keep shooting at him the entire time. As you saw, it just went barely over my head, and I can keep shooting at him. Now here's the tricky part. If you move slightly forward here, he's going to stop just above you. If you move slightly forward before you have to end up ducking, what it'll do is he'll walk left. If you stay closer to the right side, I think I'm already left enough for this particular trick to work. If you go off to the left, what he's going to do is he's going to go to the right and then come back left, and he's going to stop short and he's then going to shoot you. So you have to readjust to either not be shot, duck, or die. Take your pick. But as you see, I'm already close enough, so he just immediately starts moving left, and I hunt him down. Be careful. You will be able to tell through experience and be able to see by his reaction, depending on what he does, he may or may not stop midway and shoot you anyway. Again, it all depends on just reaction to be able to kill him. But again, that's finger speed technique. Alright, that screen. If you were all the way on the right hand side of the screen, when the game allows you to start scrolling and you're already walking on the right, it will not move. That's why I hang off just a little bit off to the edge. That way when the screen allows me to move over, I start going and I'm not on the edge of the screen to screw it up. This is just fun, but hey, be careful. Sometimes a guy will spawn even though you're right here. Fun fact, I don't know if I can get in close enough to see this. Totally not. Okay, I'll just read it. We are only 4 minutes and 45 seconds into this run, and I'm already made this 43-minute video. Alright, right here. Okay, apparently there's a cap on recording. I'm glad I caught it, like, just now. Alright, back to what I'm doing. We are 4 minutes and 51 seconds into this run, and this boss, if you look at my position, let's move that so we can see the ground. Alright, there are lines here. You'll use the terrain and you can position yourself proper here. It's much easier before the lines on the ground go away. So let's rewind that just a tad. See where my heel is? Next to that little niche right there. Or, come on, I can't point. Right there. That's where you want your heel lined up. That'll get you right about in this position. This strategy does not work if you're on the right hand side. It does not work. It does not give you enough free time. Okay? As you see these bullets, you jump here, which I don't do in this run because I'm a moron. You jump here, and while it's open like that, when these two knobs are, turrets are open, you can get some free shots at the eye. Here's where it's important. You jump there, but you got to make sure your jumps are in sync to dodge these bullets that shoot at you from these corner turrets. Okay? Here's how I tell this boss fight. I can tell if it's good or bad. Come on, go back. Okay. I'm gonna pause it right when it dies. Or just before it dies. Alright. The turrets move. The turrets rotate. They expand. They contract. And they rotate again. On that third rotation, wherever this turret is, or any of the turrets you can do the judging by, this is how I determine how good of a kill it is. I take and that's all I'm staring at is right there where it explodes. If it explodes down low, where it's just about to block your shots off, that was a bad kill. Good. It's good enough because you got it before you had to move to shoot it. But a good kill is when it's about middle, and an amazing kill is when just before it moves, or if it moves just slightly. And that's what you want. As you saw, that was an average kill. I blew up right in the middle. Alrighty. Got a little dance in there because I'm bored. This is going to be fun. Alright. Stage 4. Alright. The first bubble that comes out determines what pattern it will come out in. Why do I hear my phone beeping? Give me one second. Find my phone. Alright. Oh, because it's almost dead. Stop that. Let me get this plugged in right quick. Yeah, you can tell I don't really have this planned out. I'm just kind of winging it. Alright, this run. Yeah, that first bubble is going to tell you what... Go away. That first bubble is going to tell you the pattern that you're going to get. That's the one thing I'm not going to explain to you, which pattern is which. I'm going to let you do trial and error on that, because that's annoying, and I hate the bubbles. So we're going to skip that. But there's more to this area than you think. That first, once you kill these guys, you need to keep shooting forward. Once you make it through, keep going forward. This blimp, shoot up at an angle at it. Don't let it get through, because that's one of your cues. Okay, guys are going to continuously spawn here. They're all guaranteed spawns. There is no such thing as a random spawn in this section, ever. There's no such thing as a random spawn, with the exception of the randomness of the bubbles. But again, it's not random. There's patterns, and you just need to figure out which pattern you want. If you don't get the pattern, you gotta either wait or react accordingly. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot that right here. Once you get to this spot, you turn around and shoot. Do not pass this spot without doing that. You're gonna kill all these guys, and you're gonna want to shoot some extra bullets. What this does is, and you want to make sure you don't shoot just one bullet. You want to shoot about 3 to 4, because the extras, it's not, the one bullet's going to kill a red spawn that's going to come back over here, but the rest of them are to kill the bubbles off to make sure that you kill the red spawn. Because as soon as you pass that, as you saw, the red guy spawns, and this guy's a pain in the butt. If you do not kill him, if you do not kill him as soon as he spawns, he will shoot a bullet, and you're screwed. You'll lose so much time because of these bubbles. You got to make sure you kill that guy right there that spawned before you pass these bubbles. Shoot straight, kill that guy, angle up towards the bubbles. That's what you want. This guy is guaranteed to come here every single time. What's going to happen is you're going to ignore him. Nice, huh? I improved this particular spot. Ways to improve the spot. Make them drop from the center. If they drop from the center, they move out simultaneously. Whether in that way, let's say you shoot this one right here. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm all the way across. Sorry, I'm not really controlling this camera that well. You have 6 there. If you have the 6, so you have to wait for 6 to fall to blow up. Whereas if you do it this way, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have all 10 to wait to fall. And they're only going to fall one at a time, and like a domino effect. So if you shoot in the middle, you have a double domino effect. It'll cut your time in half. And I believe these things only take 3 shots to blow up. I think they're 3. I'm not sure. Anyway, as you see there, the time it takes across is the time it takes me to get up there, so it really doesn't lose me that much time. But again, it can be quicker, and I did make it quicker in the run I just recently submitted. Coming up here, ignore the bullets, because you can just cruise on up. Now, if this guy turns around and shoots directly up, he will ruin some. He'll make it kind of difficult. But regardless, what you want to do when you come up here, take care of him. He will kill you if you do not get rid of him. Do not shoot straight up. It will fall straight on you and you won't have enough time to get over to the left. Shoot at an angle. Make sure you miss this guy. You want to go over him. So you're going to hit one of these 3. What that allows you to do is when you hit that, you're going to land on here, come over here, and hide. This guy's already going to have shot down, so he's going to have a cooldown between his next shot to shoot straight over at you. If he only shoots one at you, you're screwed over here. This will only spawn 3 guys. And, well, my nose itches. This is weird. Okay. As you saw, there it is. And then this is TikTok waiting. Do what you want to have some fun. Let's scroll a little bit ahead, because we don't care about this. Alright, right here. Okay, I'm going to pause it right here. Okay. This guy, that second guy, just before he jumps, that's when you want to jump off of this onto here. What that'll do is, while you're in the air, it'll scroll the screen up slightly. And you want that slight scrolling right there. It's all you want. It's the quickest. It affects something later on, which I'll explain in just a moment. But this is very quick. It helps out. If you do it slow, like I am, because I fell, it won't matter, because you see the screen scrolls up. See, now if you made the screen scroll up slightly, when you land on this, the screen will automatically scroll up. Let me zoom out. The screen will automatically zoom out, or up, when you get up here. That way you don't have to make another jump to make it scroll up, thus wasting time. You don't want to make it do that. Now, if you're too early, like back there, if you jumped and when you jumped onto that platform that was down here, that was straight, will end up happening when you go on here, you'll have to jump. You will have to jump to make the screen start scrolling up, which is a waste of time. And again, TikTok waiting, TikTok waiting. Okay, I don't really know the best way to explain this. This boss is 100% not random, just like every other boss in this game. There's no randomness. They thought, no, he comes out at the exact same time with the music every single time. That's how I know, and that's how I get it perfect. Every time. Now what you want to do is you can position yourself down here on any one of these dots. I use the 3rd one right there in the middle. On the top, I use that 3rd one. That's where I line myself up. That's where my toes go when I'm pointing left, when I'm facing left. When it spawns up, I come out like I jump and shoot at it. And as you see, I come up, and then when I start falling, I cut over. I come up, I cut over. I come up, I cut over. That's how I come down. What that does, it allows me to evenly damage all of these. Well, it's not really even, but still, you don't want to blow any of them up. You want to evenly distribute the damage. As you see, it's not really even because you're scooting over. Get as many shots as you can. Blow up a couple in the middle. 1 or 2 works. Or 3 if you can. You want to blow up the middle ones first. You want to work your way to the outsides. Reason being, once you blow up 2, for every 2 that you blow up, it'll start moving faster. Back and forth, left and right. Alright, so what I do now is I come over here. This is the plan. You kill 2. You come over here while it's still shifted off to the left, and you weaken all 3 of these down to 1 shot left. That's the goal. I don't know how many shots it takes. I never actually took the time to figure that out. I just feel it. That's what I do. Alright? And once you do that, it's going to start scrolling back to the left. To the right. And when that happens, you want to get rid of all these. Finish these ones off. And as you'll see, I do a little bit too much damage. That's what you want. But again, you don't want to scroll off the screen at all. The reason behind that, alright, let's get that out of here. The reason because of that, if it's off the screen at all, it takes longer to blow up. That's why you want to blow up from the inside out, not the outside in. Going into stage 5 here. Alright, now here's where the fun begins. Alright, here we go. See this little black dot right there in the middle of your screen? This one right here? Your toes get there, you jump straight up. Or no, you jump over. Sorry. The next one's straight up. You jump over. That'll allow you, you see I'm halfway up it, and you can use the downward slope glitch, which brings you up. This one, you want to be right before the edge, right about where the middle of the screen is, and you'll jump straight up, and once you get the peak of your jump, you go left. That'll give you the downward slope glitch again, where I screwed it up there. So come back out. Again, to make it from this platform up here the quickest possible, you want your toes. As soon as your toes hit this black mark right there, that's the one you want to go. You toes hit that, you hop over. You'll make it every time. Now here, for this jump, quite honestly, I don't have a visual cue. I feel it out every time. You go from here, landing on the edge, and up. I do feel it out. I don't have a visual cue. Jump as much as you can through this. Abuse the downward slope glitch. This is really sloppy, but whatever. Okay, here's the big spot that a lot of people think is pretty neat and abusive, but it's not really that aggressive. It does take fast finger speed to do this, okay? But all these boulders spawn as the screen goes up in a particular order. Each of these boulders only takes 5 shots to kill, so that's very easy. See, blow that one up. Now when you jump across, there's going to be a boulder that falls down. When you come up here, you shoot up. Now, when you're about to do that, sometimes a guy here will spawn. If he spawns, he will kill you. I promise you. Because it takes all of your effort to get rid of him. You can't afford to make another shot that way. Because it takes everything to get up here. Now, here's the fun fact. These boulders are touching up here. Because these boulders are touching up here, while they're touching, they share damage, which is really neat. So you blow that one up with the final shot, you see it blown up, and then I only have to shoot it once because they were together for 4 of those shots. If that's not the case, then that final boulder only takes 1 shot to kill. I have no idea, but I've never had to shoot that thing more than once. Coming down here, all of these guys are guaranteed spawns. They'll jack with you. They bug me. I don't like these guys. There's always a crazy train here. Alright. Alright, we'll pause this. You see right where my toes are. On that little line right there. That's where you want... I'll rub my nose. That's where you want your toes to be. to be lined up with this. This guy does not start taking damage until right about just what actually he's not taking damage for the first few hits, but he starts taking damage right in this little general area. What he's gonna do is he's gonna kind of like scoot over. Because you're in this position, while he's over it, you're barely gonna be hitting his core. That's why you choose that position, because you get maximum damage at it. And as you're going, jump with him. Don't let him leave you. You'll be fine. Ignore the little skulls that walk around. They're not going to be in your way, I promise you, no matter what. Here's a huge problem area. Stage 6. Okay, when you spawn in stage 6, you notice you're right up against this wall. This is murder. Literally, this is what kills you right here, are these walls in this stage. Doesn't matter what side you're on. These walls will kill you. If a spider spawns if a spider spawns along this wall before up here, he will shoot you at a perfect angle where you cannot dodge. You will die every time. And it's very, very annoying. As you see, I hug this corner here. This is my old strategy. My new strategy, I come out just a little bit. Same reason in stage 2 where I going around those 2 turrets and then that red guy was there. Remember, I cut that out a little bit so he would shoot straight down and not angled at me. Same reason. My new route, I come out a little bit further. That way the guys that spawn up here will not shoot at me. It will shoot straight down. As you saw that guy coming straight down right there, he would have shot at me given he wanted to shoot. But you can't tell if they're going to shoot or not because they all look the same. Here, run and gun, just shoot. Hope you get lucky. That's blatantly what it is. Just hope you get lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. As long as you stay on this route, you will not get hit by these red things. Keep shooting because you don't want a spider to spawn in front of you and shoot you. Alright, you look at my position. Alright, you'll notice that I cannot, from where my bullets are, you'll notice that there is no way I can walk through this gate once it's blown up. But what I'm doing is I'm getting just the edge of it. And that's all I want. I want to deal the damage, and while it's blowing up, I'll reposition myself to walk in it. But for right now, that's all I want. Stupid guys spawning. Alright, this guy's actually very, very forgiving. It really doesn't, as long as you're, that door, that gate that was down here, as long as you're butted up against one of those sides, he ain't gonna kill you. When you walk straight up, there's no way he's gonna kill you. There's nothing to worry about there. This guy. You'll notice I'm shooting across here. My bullets are landing right about there. That's where my bullets are landing. That's your final position. That's how I line myself up. This guy does not start taking damage until his mouth starts moving. So the rest of it is just warm-up. Alright. And there we go. The reason I position myself like that is because if you're too close to him, let me rewind that just a tad. Bit more. Bit more. Alright, if you're too close to him, those little pods that he shoots out, saw that last one right there, that little pod shootout, they'll get you before you have a chance to shoot him. That's why I hang off a little bit of the side on him. And I don't chase in after him. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video here at the beginning of stage 7, and I'm going to bring it back for the part 3 of this, because I don't want my camera jacking up on me while I'm trying to make this video. And we are back for stage 7 and 8. We're going to finish this run up, Stage 7 is going to get a lot of attention, as you may know already. Coming down here, as soon as you land, give it a little bit of time if you want, but as soon as you land, you jump. That way you cut this corner immediately. You'll fall across this corner and you'll be able to cut in nicely. As soon as you cut that corner though, you want to shoot down. Make sure you have some bullets coming down here. You want to damage this thing as much as possible. And when you're damaging them, get close to them. As you see, these things are getting really close to my feet. Again, I don't know how many shots it takes to kill these things. This one, you do not jump down. You do not jump down. You fall down and you run up to him. You run up to him and you'll be able to, most of the time, very rarely will he shoot one or two in a row short. If he shoots two in a short, you're going to have to fall back, but he almost never does. This guy spawning in the back, he's a douche. Oh, any of these guys that spawn, any of these Sandman that spawn around here, they're a pain in the butt. Alright. Oh yeah, there you go. It's same thing for all of these guys. Same thing. Okay. See this guy? He's up on the screen right here. I'm not going to shoot him. I'm just going to fall straight down. Watch what he does. He falls straight down. You see it? He fell straight down. He didn't move left or right. He just drops. I've died so many times because of this. If there's a guy up on that ledge, I'd be sure I kill him on my way down. If I don't kill him, I will stop and wait for him to fall. I'm not about to die from a guy landing on top of my head again. Make sure you get rid of both guys, left and right, like this guy. You don't want him falling on you. See, I'm shooting up to be safe. Make sure I don't get rid of him. You should be able to clear three of these slime things per jump, roughly. Alright, take this wide. Reason being, you're going to want to damage it a little bit, and then you're going to stop. Because if you keep shooting, you're going to have 4 bullets over here, and these guys are going to run right into you. You don't have any bullets to shoot them because you already have 4 on screen. So you shoot, you wait, and then you charge forward. Same thing here. You want to make sure you're close to him so he spawns on top of you. Alright, I'm going to go back to that because it happened too quick. I couldn't explain. Alright, where are we at? Alright. Come over here. Come over here close to this guy. Because every time this guy spawns, he's either going to shoot it straight up and on top of your head, or he's going to shoot it over like that. He never shoots it short. Alright? So when he does shoot, shoot a shot up. Just like that. Alright? Coming down here. Alright? When this guy is going to spawn his guy once you're right about in this area right here. Shoot up. Get rid of that thing. Don't let that thing hit you in the face. That thing will come out in so many different angles it'll mess with you. Get rid of him. Be careful. Make sure... I always shoot a bullet off to the side here. I don't want those things coming and falling down on my head. Stand wide on these. Alright? I'm going to have to deal with him later in this video. I'm going to have to deal with him. But stand wide on this. If you stand wide on this, when they come out, no matter what angle they come out, once they both come out, you shoot a few shots up. Get rid of that guy that's flying in front of you. And same thing with the second one. And same thing with the third. See that guy that spawned right there? Let me go back a little bit. Alright, watch this guy shoot off the last one, right? There. See him coming out? He's gonna fall. There's no way I can kill him. I fall. There he is. That little bugger. Okay. Right here is a heartbreaker. Alright. You can only damage this guy when his mouth is open. So once you have to jump for these red things to come down and around at you, his mouth's already closed. So just take care of him. Play it safe. Take care of him. Don't try to be ballsy and shoot for no reason because you're not going to get anything out of it. There we go. Stage 8. Alright, your enemies are these little mouths down here. These are the enemies of this stage. Yeah, sure you can get rid of those. Alright, this guy right here. He didn't come out straight up because I wasn't in the air. He came out at that angle. Because he came out the angle, he's going to follow me. You want to jump just before he spawns. That way it'll go straight up and you won't have to worry about it. As you see, here it comes. It's going to follow me. Jump, shoot it. See, because I was in the air, I also made this one come straight up. See the little red thing right there? It's going to come straight up. When it comes straight up, I'm not going to have to worry about it. It's going to just scroll off screen like that. Get rid of him. Do not let him spawn. Oh, that's the heartbreaking death right there. That's brutal. Let's come back to this. Once you take care of this guy up here, you cannot stop moving. You cannot stop moving because of this red dot. You have to keep going. Thing is, you can't just fall down. A lot of times you'll have spawns coming. If you jump right at the edge, you can shoot down and you take care of both of these things and not worry about it. And you want to keep shooting because you want to get rid of this guy. You can't let him stay there. But yeah, as you see, I died. Lame ass. You cannot make that jump up into him. Alice, failed jump. Alright, right here. This is a last second jump. This bullet that comes out, I'm going to jump just as it gets to me. Because that's the timing to make it up onto this slope. If you jump immediately, you can get 3 jumps on that slope rather than just 2. Alright, now here's where I learned about the hitbox things. Your hitbox being smaller than your bullet hitbox being larger. I don't think I'm gonna get showed off in this video, but believe me, it is. This is where I learned it though. When it's down like that, you can jump. When these guys come down, you shoot straight down, and they'll run into the bullet rather than into you. That's how I learned about this. That's how I found that out. Because I didn't want to turn around and shoot these guys. Because there was just so many of them. Good luck on that jump while that ceiling's down. Practice, practice, practice. That's all I can say to you. Because that's a pain in the butt. Now, right here, if you get a guy spawn behind you and he's going to run into you, don't jump. Turn around and shoot him. You can jump and get caught in these cracks and it'll stop your forward progression the entire time you're in the air. So that's something to think about. Alrighty. Alright, what we're going to do, you see my position there. If you're in this position, you cannot die against this boss whatsoever. He shoots his red things out of his eye, they're going to come straight across you. All these things that get shot out here, they're going to come up and over. The closest one will come right here. You cannot die to this boss. There it is. That's pretty much everything you need to know about this run in detail. If you want to have your hand at it, go ahead. Good luck. Believe me, you will need it. I promise you, you will need it. Is there anything else I can say about this game? I don't like it. I will be uploading this particular video that I'm using as a demo along with this video. So you will have a chance to see it. So, see you guys later.